All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Limitless Mindset Podcast. First and foremost, thank you guys so much for joining me today. As always, I really appreciate all the comments, shares, and likes you guys have been giving me and hearing some of the feedback and some of the ways you guys have been implementing some of this into your guys' personal lives and business. I love hearing some of that stuff, so feel free to continue to share that with me, and I always appreciate the feedback as well. Jumping right into it, I feel like there's a message I need to put out there that is extremely important. I'm seeing it, and I'm sure you guys are seeing it right now. Entrepreneurship is being overly glorified right now in today's day and age. Some of it comes from the ability to just share information on the internet, and anybody out there claims to be a guru, and they're selling courses for this and classes for this. And the reality of it is not a whole lot of any of them actually built anything and gone through what it really looks like to be a true entrepreneur or a true high achiever in any area. And that's what I want to talk about today, because I think the expectation when people are looking to become self-employed, quit their job, get out of the 9-to-5, the rat race, I think that it's been over glorified as of late. And a lot of people are entering into entrepreneurship with the improper expectations of what it really is out there. And I wanted to set the record straight today, because truth be told, guys, to be successful, to be an entrepreneur, to work for yourself, the price is really steep. I can tell you guys wholeheartedly that I have missed out on so many damn things in the process of building my business. And I think it's important that you guys understand these things, because as somebody who runs a company, I get a lot of people who see a lot of the back end, or the front end, I should say, of what it looks like, right? A lot of the people see some of the cars I have, the houses I sell, the house I live in, the company I've built, and we are very small, by the way. We're just on the front end of that. And, a lot of people think, hey, if I just get into doing real estate like he did, I could be equally as successful, just, working a little bit here and there. And, guys, there's so much that goes into the back end. And I'm going to share some of this. And this isn't just for me specific. This goes for a lot of other high level entrepreneurs that I know. And I know the prices that they had to pay to get to where they are. And I also can tell you guys, you're always going to pay a price. And I'm still paying the price for some levels of high levels of success and entrepreneurship. So I wanted to break it down for you guys what this really looks like, because I get a lot of people that come in, and I'm going to pivot back to working for just my company in specific right now. I get a lot of people that are just starting out in the real estate career, and they see some of my success. They see some of my other agents' success, and they say, well, if I just go work over there, I'll be successful. And as much as I would like to say that we are the reason people are successful, the truth of the matter is we just provide the tools and the guidance to that. What it really comes down to is each individual's ability and willingness to put it all on the line to be as successful as possible. Anybody, and I mean anybody, that has built anything great, if you guys go sit down and talk to them and ask them what the real cost of success it cost them, you guys are going to see a long list of failures. You guys are going to see a long list of things that they had to trade in order to reach higher levels of success. Let me break it down for you guys. I have missed birthdays for my kids. I have missed vacations. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars building my business. I don't have weekends off. I don't have a paid 2-week vacation. I don't get sick time. I don't get the 401k company contribution when I started out, right? None of these things I have. And the reality of it is a lot of people get into this industry and business, and this is real estate in specific, but this is going to apply to any industry, whether that be loan officer, title, or any other small business that you guys have, with the mindset of a 9-to-5 employee, thinking that, well, if I just quit my 9-to-5 and I go ahead and work for myself, I'm going to have all this freedom and make all this money. And that is exactly where your guys' misconception about entrepreneurship is completely wrong. You guys don't have a clear idea of the price that you're going to need to pay to see any true level of success. First and foremost, if you get into anything with a part-time mindset, you guys are going to get absolutely fucking steamrolled by people like myself and other people who do this full-time and for a living and have dedicated everything that they have to see success. And when I say everything, I mean we are up first thing in the morning. Every spare dollar we had, especially in the beginning, we poured right back into our companies. We didn't take days off. We don't take days off. 7 days a week, guys, is what it looks like for me. Even at this level in my career, I just took the first vacation of the year for myself with my wife, and we're just getting into June right now. You don't take many days off. You don't pass up opportunities because you can't afford to pass up opportunities when you guys are trying to to build a company and build a business, you guys have to remember you're going against some really big people in industries that already have established footprints. And if your mindset is, I'm going to come into this and I'm only going to work 3 days a week, 4 days a week, I'm only going to put in 8 hours a day, I'm going to take my weekends off, I'm going to take my holidays off, I'm going to take a vacation here, you guys will never see any level of success that is going to be more successful than just going and working for a company for 40 hours a week. I can promise you guys that right now. We've all seen it. You guys have seen that person that's been in real estate for 8, 9, 10 years. They might do a transaction a month here and there. But you also, on the other hand, see them out on vacations, taking weekends off all the time. You know, they're just doing enough to cover some bills, but they're also the same person complaining about never being able to reach that next level of success. And that's because, the truth be told, they're not willing to pay the price of what it takes to see the highest level of success. Now, I'm not saying that down the road, once you guys have actually built something, you won't have the ability at that point, once you guys are 5, 10, 15, 20 years invested into your business, sacrificing everything that you guys have, to let your foot off the gas and take a little bit of time off. I'm at that point in my life where I do that now. But I can tell you guys wholeheartedly, I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't put in the work and be absolutely relentless and outwork everybody at a very high level on the front half of my career. I see this so damn much with people, like especially getting in the real estate space. They get in and they say, well, it's the weekend, I'm taking the weekends off. Well, I've already got this vacation planned. Well, I've already got this. You won't make it. That's exactly why you are not successful. It's exactly why you can't break past doing a deal or two here and there a month. If that is because you're not willing to put it all on the line. You're not maximizing your time. You're not paying the price that it takes to be one of the absolute best. It's very ignorant of some of you guys to think that you can go and step into a business or step into an industry and just put in a regular 9 to 5 hours, if that, and believe that that's simply going to be enough to start a business from the ground up, acquire the knowledge, acquire the skills, ramp up enough income to scale your business as fast as it needs to be in a time frame that you want it to be in, guys. You guys just have to understand this, that it's not as easy as it looks, no matter how much people make it look that way online. You know, truth be told, I wouldn't want to compete with somebody like myself if I was getting into this full time. Now, it's not to say I'm telling any of you guys to shy away from getting into real estate or getting into lending or title or small business ownership. If I had to do it all over again, I absolutely would. If I had to pay the price all over again and sacrifice all those things, I absolutely would. Because on the other side of the hill, once you finally achieve some level of success, it does afford great things. It does make you a great living. It does give you, some flexibility, some cool cars, a cool lifestyle. It gives you something you can look back on and say, I created that and I built that. But there's going to be sacrifices that have to be made on the front end of this. And this is something I see all the time, especially with the people that I coach. When you tell them, listen, you have to go all in 7 days a week. There are no days off. You have to operate at an extremely high level. If your goal is to be a top performer and you have your eyes set on other top performers in the industry, you have to understand what it is that they did to get to that point. And that did not involve working 20, 30, 40 hours a week. You do not have the luxury of saying, I'm going to take Wednesday, Thursday off this week. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go hang out with my friends on this day and not put in work. Not if you want to see any true level of success. You don't have the luxury of saying, I'm going to go take 2 weeks off this year when you're barely in year 1 or year 2 of building your business, if you want to see any level of success. And I'm sick and tired of seeing this all over the internet. And I'm tired of people coming to me and saying, hey, I want to start a business. And when I'm there to help them, I'm happy to help them, happy to offer guidance. They wonder why they can't get any traction because they're not putting in the effort. They're not putting it all on the line and putting in the work needed to truly be successful. Ask any small business owner out there, guys, anybody in any business, in any trade. I've seen it time after time again. When you're starting a business, it is freaking hard. You are going to go probably most likely in some ways into debt. You have the cost of starting your business up. You have to pay for marketing. You have to pay for advertising. You have to pay for, business licensing if that's required. Maybe company vehicle, maybe certain insurance policies on your guys' business. There's a lot of, especially if you're in sales and you guys are commission based only, you're going to have a lot of upfront costs before ever seeing a paycheck. And a lot of people get into the business assuming that just because, I got my real estate license, that's it. Everybody deserves to work with me and I'm only going to work 3 to 4 hours a day. You guys will never, and I mean never, see any true level of success because you are not willing to outwork your guys' competition. And the truth is, guys, that's the price you have to pay. That is absolutely what it's going to take to be successful. Again, I'm not saying don't go for it. I think everybody should absolutely go for it if they have the intentions and their expectations right. Just know that if you go down this path of entrepreneurship and you decide to start your own business, you will be working more hours than you do at a 9-to-5 job right now. You will have more debt on the front end of a 9-to-5 job. You will no longer have the luxury of paid vacations and time off like you would with the 9-to-5 job. You'll no longer have weekends off anymore, similar to how you had with the 9-to-5 job. You won't have health insurance. You won't have benefits. You will have none of these things when you start off, and therefore, to ramp yourself up to offset the cost of having none of these things, you have to work harder than everybody around you to see any level of success. And it's going to be that way for 3 to 4 to 5 years. Guys, I've been doing this 8 years, coming up almost 9 years at this point into real estate, and I'm barely scratching the surface of where I want to be. A lot of the things that you guys see within our companies and what I have been able to build so far, which by the way is this big in the grand scheme of things, is the accumulation of working 7 days a week. Like I said, missing birthdays, missing holidays. You know, there's a lot of sacrifices that were made to push myself up to this level and get my business where it needed to be, to where I could then make enough income to reinvest into my company. I could finally hire some people to help me out with some things to grow. I could finally provide a few more resources to the agents that come into our brokerage and show them how to reach true success. Because that's the other thing. Who you guys are taking consult from, who you guys are seeing online, why don't you dig deeper and see what it is that they've really built? They're selling you a course on buying crypto and buying this, and you got your hands in 10 different things. Again, it's going to be really friggin' hard to beat the person that is dedicated solely to their craft and has put everything that they have on the line to be successful. I just want you guys to be aware that there is a very steep price to be paid to see true levels of success. And if you aren't willing to pay that price, and if you don't have realistic expectations, you might as well not even start, because you're going to just let yourself down and you're going to be frustrated. You're going to waste a lot of time, energy, and money. However, if you go into it the right mindset, and you do know that starting a business is going to be hard, you do know that you're going to be working 7 days a week, most likely for a long time, you do know that you're going to be putting in way more than 8 hours a day, you do know that there's going to be some months where you actually lose money in your business instead of make money, and you're willing to push through all of those things at a very high level for 3, 4, 5 years, you will see success on the other side of that. And I promise you, you guys will not be disappointed, but you will be disappointed if you don't have that mindset going into it. As always, I hope you guys have an absolutely incredible week. If you guys found any value in this, feel free to share it with anybody you think that could add value. And as always, if you guys are looking for private coaching, I do have a private community group full of other badass entrepreneurs, other real estate professionals, small business owners, lenders, you guys name it. It's a collaborative group where I share everything behind the scenes that I'm currently working on within my business, everything that I've learned to help you guys be successful. And I also offer one-on-one private coaching. You guys can find that at www.blakeclark.com. As always, guys, get out there. Let's crush it.